through longest substring without repeating characters. So given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. So let's look at an example. So for example 1, we have the input ABCA, BCBD. So for the longest substring without repeating characters, we can see here we have ABCA. And we are not able to take the next one because A will be repeated in the first index, as you can see here. So this will be the longest substring. So for example 2, we can see we have BBBBB. And for the longest substring, it is actually only one character long, so it's B. Let's look at the third example. So for the third example, we have PWWKEW. And if we want to take the longest substring, we can't take PW because that will be a length of 2. But we can take WKB, which is a length of 3. And we can't take the last character if we are to take this first 3 characters here, because W will be repeated as per the first index. So how can we approach this problem? Let's look at a simple example. So given A, B, C, and A, we have just 4 characters. We'll make use of 2 pointers. One is a left pointer and one is a right pointer. And we want to maintain the longest substring without repeating characters. So let's make use of a set to keep track of what are the characters we have actually considered. So for the right pointer, it's pointing to A, and if it's pointing to A, we will add it into the set. And now we will move the right pointer, which will point to B. So for this, the right pointer is pointing to B, and B is not found in the set, so we will add it to the set. And every time we are doing this, we are also calculating the max length, and the max length is actually right pointer minus the left pointer at 1. So here we have index 1 minus index 0 and adding of 1, so this is length will be 2. Okay, let's continue. We will move the right pointer to point to C, so C, we will add it into the set. So once we have added C into the set, we can calculate the new length of the longest substring without repeating characters. So we take the index 2 minus 0 plus 1 is 3. 3 is greater than 2 of the previous value, so we update max to 3. Now we can move on with the right pointer. We move the right pointer, and now it points to A. Then we check the set, it contains A. So we need to actually remove this set, and we need to move the left pointer. So now we remove the character A, and now we will need to actually move this left pointer to the next value, and this left pointer will be pointing to B. And when we check again, the current right pointer is pointing to A and the current left pointer is pointing to B. There is no repeating value, so the longest substring is 3. So this is still valid. However, now that our right pointer is pointing to A, we will actually need to add back this A value into the set, because we want to maintain the uniqueness. We want to keep track of this sliding window. Okay, so let's look at another example. So A, B, C, E, and B. And we have our set to maintain the sliding window. So we have L and R as the pointer. So we check A is not in the set, we add it into the set, and we move the pointer. B is not in the set, we will add B into the set, and we'll move the pointer. C is not in the set, so we add it into the set, we'll move it. E is not in the set, add it in, and we'll move the right pointer. Now that we found the right pointer is pointing at B, and we found that B is already in the set, we will actually need to remove all the characters before this B, because this B appeared in the set because of this first index of B, and now we will need to remove all these characters coming before B to follow our longer substring without repeating characters, because substrings has to appear one by one next to each other. Okay, so first we will remove the character of at L. So we will remove it from our set. A is not valid anymore, and now we can move the left pointer to point to B, and we will check based on this R value. Okay, B is still in the set, so now we have to remove B based on, we will see this left pointer is pointing at B, so we will remove it, and now we will move our left pointer, and now it will point to C. So we will check based on this right pointer, B is not in the set anymore. So now we can break out of our while loop. We will actually use a while loop here, and we will continue the traversal. Okay, so now let's move on to the code. Okay, so for here, we will need actually a set of characters. We'll call it my set, new set. And we'll have a max to keep track of the longest substring value. We'll have a left pointer, we'll set it to 0. We'll have a right pointer, we'll set it to 0, and we'll have a for loop. For r equals to 0, r less than s dot length r plus plus. Here we'll use the while loop to check the set, and we want to remove all those characters on the left if we need a repeating character. So if the set contains s dot char at the base on the right, we will remove in the set s dot char at left. So this is based on the left pointer. We want to keep shifting the left pointer to the right, and we'll do left plus plus. Okay, and after we do this while loop, we'll use the set. We'll add based on the character of the right pointer, and now we will check the maximum value. So we'll do max dot max. We'll do max or r minus l plus 1. And once we are done with this, we can return the text value. Let's run the code. Yes, it's accepted. Let's submit. And it's accepted. So this is the solution. Thanks.